Reckon with.
Now McManus to tack on the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it culminates in an Indianapolis touchdown. Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. Taking it about the 1. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
On 1st and 10, it's Lawrence. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
2nd and 10. Here's Lawrence again. That's going to be caught by Kirk. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Well, this was not just the opener of a brand new season, but this was a division game here in week 1. And to come through with a 1-0 start against a division opponent gives you a little something extra heading forward for the rest of the season.
Yeah, let's pile it all into one game, right? Opening the season, and you open within the division. You knew the motivation was going to be there on both sidelines. One just executed better and earned the win.
So for Indianapolis, they begin the new campaign with a victory here in front of the home crowd in the Thursday opener. And now they'll get the weekend off as they get a little extra time to prepare to face the Buffalo Bills. Meanwhile, for the Jaguars, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll be on the road next week for a matchup with the Carolina Panthers. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.
today. From Highmark Stadium in Orchard Park, New York, it's Week 2 of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the Buffalo Bills taking on the Indianapolis Colts.
We are just about 4 miles off the shore of Lake Erie at Highmark Stadium in Orchard Park, New York. Today, after a topsy-turvy opening weekend, it's on to Week 2, and we've got a good one here, as it'll be the Indianapolis Colts taking on the Buffalo Bills. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talked about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. So the Colts now coming out for their opening drive. And leading them out is their fifth-year quarterback.
And he said he was feeling good in the lead up to the season, and he proved it in a big way in Week 1 with 4 touchdown passes. Had the offense moving at peak efficiency right at the start of the year. Awfully impressive.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Richardson will throw to start out here. A leap, and he's got it. He got it. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Marquise Brown with career touchdown number 75. And the Colts have taken the early lead on the road here in Buffalo. Heck of a start to his season. He had 2 touchdowns in the opener last week, another one here in Week 2.
Well, I don't want to call him a touchdown machine this early, but sometimes you get locked in, and you feel good about things. You get into that zone, and those touchdowns come in bunches. He may be off to that kind of a start.
It's like he was shot out of a cannon. I would imagine success this early, great momentum going forward for the rest of the year.
He keeps this up, they'll soon be chanting MVP anytime he touches the ball.
Extra point from McManus is good, and that makes the score 7-0. Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. Well, the Buffalo offense coming out, and it is Josh Allen who is at the helm.
And he certainly had his share of struggles in the opener, threw a couple of ill-timed interceptions in the game. So that was something that was harped upon all week in practice. Because if he's going to help this team be a winning one, he can't give the football away like he did last week.
Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line.
Let's go.
Throwing to start the drive. Allen. Little pitch and catch to the tight end, Knox. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Now a first carry for the brother of Dalvin. It's James Cook. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. Well, this defense for the Colts, terrific last week in the season opening victory.
Yeah, and what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
They'll run it. Here's Cook.
Now he's free at the 35. He may go.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. James Cook, his first touchdown here of the new campaign.
And the Bills are able to strike back quickly with an opening touchdown of their own.
We see this a lot on third and short yardage, especially down here in the red zone. They're going to settle out to stop the run, try and hold them to a field goal. But once the running back gets past the first wave, the resistance can evaporate after that. And he not only picks up the first, but he takes it all the way into the end zone.
Jake Moody now for the point after.
It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
Second drive coming up here for the Indianapolis Colts.
And, Charles, the name of the game last time, efficiency. Their very first snap, they connected for a quick touchdown.
They get more value than just the points from that series as well. Only needing one play, it keeps the entire offense rested up.
They go play action with Richardson.
He's going deep for Brown. Launches deep. A jump ball, and this is caught. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone.
Richardson off the play fake.
Sliding out of the pocket. And he's got his target. It's caught for a Colts touchdown.
Kylan Granson.
His second touchdown on the season. And the Colts have taken the lead. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a second one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him.
Sanchez now. He'll kick it away following the touchdown. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25.
So here come the Bills out for their second drive.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
The numbers for Diggs from a week ago: 7 catches, 104 yards.
And in the preseason, I thought he was primed for a big, big year. And week 1 did absolutely nothing to diminish those expectations.
Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
A bad false start penalty there. Now 2nd and 6. Cook up the gut. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
You look at this Colt defense.
Currently number 1 in the NFL against the run.
And that's a ranking that feels good, right? To be number 1 and be the top of your profession. But here's the problem. It's only week 1.
1 week, yeah.
Can they do it 15 more times? If so, then we really got something to talk about.
That's the challenge.
And he's going to have a Bills first down as the tackle made just shy of the 40.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
First down, here's the run with Cook. Taken down at the 42.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defense in front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Allen going to throw.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Sauce Gardner picks it off.
And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. He's had it again, Charles. He had the pick 6 last week. Not a pick 6 here, but an interception.
It's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept a pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. Well, that worked really well last week because he had made it all the way to the end zone. This week he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well.
First and 10, Taylor now. And just good downhill running there as he'll take this to the 15-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's first and 10. Now Richardson.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Indianapolis.
Kylan Granson.
2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far.
And the Colts are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Well, this offensive unit, yeah, they were solid in the opening week victory, and now they are looking just as sharp here in week 2.
And that's exactly what you want, too, because you want to get better each and every week and really ramp up as the season goes on. I know it's still early in the season and a lot can happen, but this offense, they look like they're going to be fun to watch each and every time out.
Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown.
And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here.
And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, and some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes, get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you've got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
They got 2 of the 3 they needed there. It leaves them with 3rd and just a yard.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. 3rd down. Here's a run by Cook. And he's going to have a Bills first down as he's got this up to the 40-yard line.
Now a timeout called for by the defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So they fake the handoff. Now Allen.
Man open downfield is Diggs. He's got it.
And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Stephon Diggs, 60 yards.
And the Bills have got it back to within a score. Now Moody for the PAT.
It's up and good. This becomes a 21-14 ball game now. So that drive, 4 plays.
And it's finished off by the touchdown by Stephon Diggs. So after the made field goal by Moody, he's back out to kick this one away. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
This will probably be the last play of the quarter.
On first down, Richardson.
the grab. And he's finally taken down, and it's a big gain there on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Colts in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. On the handoff, Taylor. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. The Colts at 1-0 on the year following the win in Week 1, and they were able to take care of business in front of the home crowd last week.
Yeah, it's always nice to get that opener at home, but now things get a little bit tougher. The good thing for them, though, is they take a little extra confidence with them when they head out on the road.
Eluding the pressure right. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call.
Well, Charles, sometimes we talk about the lengths officials sometimes go to protect star quarterbacks, but that was tough to argue against.
Yeah, and I'm sure that everyone's going to say, hey, we're going to administer the penalty the same way for all quarterbacks. But when it's a star back there, even more so are they going to be diligent about throwing the flag.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
On 2nd down, it's Richardson to throw it. On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
They had the incomplete pass on 2nd down. Now they need a big play here, 3rd and 10.
Now it's Richardson.
And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. Now McManus will line up for the field goal. This one from 46 yards out. The kick by McManus is good. And the lead works its way up to 10, 24-14. So that one on target, and it adds to this first half lead.
And maybe we're too early to worry too much about 1-score lead, 2-score lead, etc. But this is where you kind of start banking those points that come in helpful later on.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. The football back to the Bills and Stephon Diggs.
He's been good so far to this point in the second quarter. Need to get him even more involved, maybe?
I would agree with that. Definitely. Yeah, it's not even a question for me. The way he's playing, he's doing a nice job. Increase things. More touches, more opportunities. Maybe that can reverse things on the scoreboard for them.
They'll try to ratchet things up then maybe here in the second quarter. Now Allen throwing on 2nd down. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Freeman. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts.
So as they talk it over, we step aside.
From midfield, here's Allen. Flush to his right, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
Brought down by Trayvon Walker on the pass rush.
Well, that's a pretty darn good start to his season, huh? A sack in the opener, adds a second one here. That tells you about his offseason. He came in determined to have a big year, and it's paying off.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Play action. Now it's Allen. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Good defensive call right there because they had someone shadowing him along his entire route. And he was right there ready to provide a hit that prevents him from making another catch to his big start.
And this offense on third down today, they've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 19. And this is going to be incomplete.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
On is the punter man as he boots this one away.
And wow, the fair catch was signaled for and taken inside the 5-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Colts are going to take over, albeit deep in their own territory.
Yeah, we saw that from up here, CD. A tug on the face mask, and the flag comes out.
And we saw that last week they had some defensive miscues like that, and they told us that they had worked hard on it in practice and thought they had it all cleaned up. But obviously the message hasn't really sunk in.
From the gun, it's Taylor.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Richards into the air on first down.
He's going deep for Brown. And that is caught at the 10-yard line. A big play there for Indy. 51 yards.
I'll tell you what, this is not going to be a fun discussion at halftime for this defense. They've been absolutely taken advantage of in the first half. And here's another play for big yardage.
They'll run here with Taylor.
He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. The line of scrimmage, once again, the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal.
Again, it'll be Taylor.
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis.
Jonathan Taylor
with career touchdown number 125, moving him into a tie with Walter Payton on the all-time list.
And the Colts are able to add on to that lead.
McManus's point after is good, and that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17.
Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here.
Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10.
And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards. Throwing now is Allen. Over the middle, complete. That's Cook. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
1st and 10 here. You know, if they can just get 3 out of this, there's something about narrowing it to a 2-score game at half that makes it feel like much less of an obstacle.
So the completion good for 7 there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage.
Here's 2nd and 3.
To throw, it's Allen. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Throwing is Allen on third. He's got his target. That's complete. And he will have a first down here as they get into field goal range as well, down at the 17-yard line.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they're having panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They were starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
Here's Allen to throw it. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down. Allen now looks to throw. It's complete to Diggs. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. The Bills are going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
Allen looks to throw on 3rd and 1.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. Oh, and he's going to be brought down a few yards short of the goal line, and they're going to be unable to stop the clock from here. So close yet so far, and that's going to be how this first half will come to an end.
Okay, Brandon, we'll get you back to you and Charles in a bit, but first it's time for a trip around the NFL following an eventful opening weekend. Let's see what's happening in Week 2. We'll begin right here in the Sunshine State. Houston in town to take on Miami. And it's the Texans out in front as that one is just about to halftime. Dameon Pierce with a touchdown run. Next, we'll head east. It's on to Cincinnati as we check in on the Bengals at home at Paycor Stadium. And you can see currently they trail in that ball game. Lamar Jackson has thrown a touchdown pass. Finally, let's get to the country music capital of the world and see what's happening with the Titans at home in Nashville. And they were winners in that one over the visiting Pittsburgh Steelers. The Titans getting the home cooking as they pull their record back to 1-1. We saw former rushing champ Jonathan Taylor be a big-time factor in that first half. He wound up finding the end zone on a touchdown run to help give his guys the advantage here at the break.
All right. Always, as we welcome you back for quarter number 3.
The Bills trail here, but they will get the football first as we are back underway on EA Sports.
From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback.
Out come the Bills now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter.
Well, they look up at the scoreboard facing that deficit. A 3-score game, Charles, but look, there's plenty of time to go here. The old football cliche that comes to my mind is you can't get it all back at once. They probably need something, though, out of this drive, at least 3 points.
Are you trying to say that there's no 3-score drive on that play sheet for any of those coordinators? They just don't have it, right? You're trying to get it all back. You know you can't get it back in one drive, but maybe cut into it a little bit as you just suggested. Try and create a little bit of momentum, a little bit of a spark, and then maybe that'll carry over.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. To the air, Allen. He's got the hook up with Diggs. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. He went over 100 yards in the wild card round. He's over 100 here as well. And a first down.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football. Right now, I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
When you run into slant, timing is everything, and against that man coverage, there was no space available, and incompletion as a result.
Second and 10. Here's Allen. He's got the connection over the middle to Diggs. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. And now here's a timeout called by the Colts on the defensive side of the ball. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts' 38-yard line. 12 yards on 3rd down as the drive rolls on. Work to do here to avoid falling to 1-1, but this is 1st and 10 right now. A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Not a huge carry there on 1st down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on 2nd down.
On 2nd down, Cook. And he's going to get this pretty close to a first down at the Colts' 28.
And even 100 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard. Again, it's Cook. He is going nowhere as he is enveloped behind the line. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1. Sean McDermott didn't hesitate. They'll go for it on 4th.
They run for it with Bigsby.
And he's able to pick up the first down here before he goes down at the 26. And now they'll throw with Allen. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete.
We're in the 3rd quarter in upstate New York with a 2nd and 10.
On play action, Allen. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender. Couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
Oh, Diggs, what a catch.
And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. A good pickup there, 26 yards. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. And again, it's Allen.
And he's got his tight end Knox for a Bills touchdown.
A great effort there. There to make the grab.
And the Bills are able to cut into this lead as they score on the opening drive of the 2nd half. An extra point try now for Moody.
And the lead is trimmed down to 10. So that drive spans 13 plays, and it culminates in a Bills touchdown.
So following the touchdown, here's Moody back out to send it away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Here's the Colts now as they get ready for their first possession on offense of the 2nd half. They were terrific in the first half, built up a sizable lead, and it's just been cut into a bit following the opening drive score on the other side. But this is a unit that has to be itching to get the football again.
You can say that again. They've got to be pretty eager because, let's face it, they've had to sit through halftime, then sit on the sidelines and watch that drive. So you can bet that they're saying, let's get on with this. We got to go out there and get some more points.
Got him in. It's Brown. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. It's a first down, and he's also over 190 receiving yards now. What a game. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. They give to Taylor out of the gun. And he'll take it across midfield and into Buffalo territory. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
Back to throw. Here's Richardson.
And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down.
That's Matt Milano firing in from his linebacker position.
Back now in Buffalo. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we've played 3 quarters.
You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
4 yards on the pickup there, but it's going to take him to 4th down.
Here we go, set. 19 Sergeant, 19 Sergeant. 70 Ranger, 70 Ranger.
Richardson. Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25.
This offense really looking polished these first couple of weeks. Here's 1st and 10.
And he's able to work free for about 6 down to the 18.
If you can keep getting gains like that, Charles, with the lead here in the 4th quarter, I mean, keep running it, right?
No doubt about it, but what the offense coordinator has to do is understand they're going to continue to stack the line of scrimmage. What runs do you have in your arsenal that'll work against a stacked box and continue to move the ball?
And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. Maybe not exactly what they had in mind, but that scramble good for 6 and a first down.
Up the middle, here's Taylor.
And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. A gain of 10 as they look to add on to this 10-point lead.
As I take a look at the clock, I realize that this drive has eaten up a good portion of the 4th quarter already. Got to tell you, partner, when you're trying to salt away a game, this is exactly what it's supposed to look like.
A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal.
Taylor is not going anywhere. He'll be hit and dropped for no gain at the 2-yard line.
Not able to go anywhere that time. 2nd down.
This is where coaches have to spend a lot of time going over situations with their players, because him getting tackled there is not the worst thing in the world. You're going to run more plays, right? Clock's going to go. But his thought process is getting into the end zone. It's counterintuitive for him to actually go down in this spot.
Yeah, but like you say, you don't want to get in the end zone too early here.
No, not at all, because you may leave an opening that could come back and get you.
It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a 3rd and goal. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is a time you go play action.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis.
Jonathan Taylor
with career touchdown number 126, the same number Jim Brown had during his 9-year career.
And the Colts are on their way to a 2-0 start.
Extra point from McManus is good. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17.
Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. Right after the touchdown to extend their lead, now maybe opening the door a little bit there by allowing starting field position at the 40. Well, you don't see that often. He just mishit it, and it goes out of bounds.
Well, I know sitting up here, and I'm looking at you, and you're looking at me, and I know we're both thinking the same thing. Isn't it easy enough to keep it between the sidelines? Because unless you're intentionally doing it for some reason, well, that's a costly mishit, and now you put your team in a bad spot.
Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at the 40. Looking to throw. Allen setting up the screen for Cook. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
Well, Brandon, we could see that play developing, and they were hoping that he was going to be able to put a move on the first guy and turn it into a big play. But no such luck. The speed on defense continues to get better and better in the NFL. Pretty nice example there of those guys being able to run from their assignments and finish off that play.
And this is Cook with a grab. And he'll go out of bounds, it appears, right at the 45. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
Whistles and a timeout at the 2:05 mark. So this defense wanting to get one more pause in before the 2-minute warning, and they do just that. And this will probably be the final play before the 2-minute warning. On 1st down, Allen.
Throw left side to Kincaid.
And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another 1st down at will. Now Allen. Got his man there, complete to Gallup. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 1st down, and they're going to throw with Allen. That's to Cook out of the backfield.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting.
And now it appears that the referee's been buzzed, and we'll get a review. And this being inside 2 minutes of play, everything coming from up above. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call. So the officials and the folks in New York got a second look at this one, and the call is going to be overturned.
Allen to throw once more. That's into the hands of Gallup over the middle. Touchdown! Michael Gallup halfway to 100 now with career touchdown number 50. And the Bills have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th.
And that touchdown puts us in a position to have a discussion, doesn't it? Now it'll be a 2-score game after the conversion.
Yeah, I mean, there's no doubt with a 2-score game they're going to have to onside kick it. We'll just see if they've got a miracle up their sleeve.
And you wonder what onside kicks they're going to use and in what sequence if they hope to have a chance to win this game.
2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And this is going to be taken in by the Colts. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none.
He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And this one almost intercepted. Had a chance to come down with it in the end zone, but could not hang on. On second down, it's Taylor. And a solid run down inside the 30. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Trying to take this home, they'll run. And he is going to have a Colts first down, and that should be the one that finishes this game off. Again, it's Taylor. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. 101 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. And I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently.
And the Colts are going to have a first and goal as he's able to take this inside the 10 to the 8.
The Bills are going to go ahead and use their final timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is first and goal.
Going for the knockout punch. They'll try and run.
And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line.
That's good power football on first and goal. A lot of teams will throw from there, but that's a nice job to chew up a few more yards and get yourself closer to the goal line.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's second and goal.
Throwing now is Richardson.
Rolling to his right. And he's got his target. It's caught for a Colts touchdown. A great play there with his first career NFL touchdown.
And the Colts are an extra point away from making this a 3-score game.
Looking like they're well on their way to a 2-0 start. All smiles right now on that sideline, isn't it?
As well there should be. It's hard to win a game in the NFL. We hear it all the time. We know that it's difficult. But guess who's smiling? But inside is thinking 24-hour rule because we're going to have to play again next week.
Boss man.
Oh, without a doubt. The head coach, he wants them to feel good, but at the same time, find a way to keep improving.
McManus's point after is good. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17.
Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown.
And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. And here come the Bills.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a
It was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
On play action, Allen. And he'll be brought down by the Colts. One final shot. They'll look to throw. And this is dropped and incomplete. Well, there's a metaphor for how this one is gone as time has run out on this ball game.
Well, this was a fun one today if you like points. A lot of them went on the board. Both offenses were clicking. Charles's defenses, meanwhile, have a little something to clean up before their next contest.
Yeah, neither end zone had a stop sign in it, did they? I mean, for both sides, visit it, and with frequency. Not fun to be a defensive player, but on the offensive side of the ball, those guys had a blast. One team came away with a victory, even better for them.
So for the Colts, it was a great all-around performance as they come out of this one with the victory. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Buffalo, they'll fall to 1-1. And they'll try to turn it around next week as they head to Atlanta for a matchup with the Falcons. That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. With that, we say so long from Buffalo.